Hey everybody, welcome to the beginning of my workshop. You may have already seen the videos of the start of the miter bench here. A couple things that I did add since then is I went ahead and added a hard red oak trim around the tops, and I added a track in here for stops for cutting multiple pieces the same. I also got some clamps with it. Got these at Rockler, and it was like $30 just for a 4-foot track, or spend $40 and get the 4-foot track and 2 clamps, and the clamps are normally $13 a piece, so that was a bargain. Anyway, our video's not on this today. We're gonna be starting out. I'm gonna build a workbench over here on wheels that I can pull out and use. And I know I've talked about before I was going to integrate the table saw into that workbench, but I've decided I'm going to get 2 separate units. That way if I need a saw and I have pieces on my workbench, then I can still do that, or vice versa if I needed the workbench to work and I push the saw out of the way. And I've gone through YouTube videos, Pinterest, getting ideas, looking at plans, and I've kind of settled between a couple, mainly focus on one, and if I can remember the guy's video, I'll post a link below. But he uses 2x4s to get the frame up. It's a nice sturdy frame, and then he uses a, what do you call it, torsion box with holes on the side so you can set stuff in while you're working. I haven't quite decided if I'm going to do that torsion box. I might just do a regular, just a plain tabletop. I don't see myself using that torsion box that much. So I'm going to adjust everything. I'm going to be basically making this on the fly. Make it fit and doing the measurements and everything on the fly. First thing I'm going to do is I got a stack, you can't see off camera here, of 2x4s that I picked up today, and I'm going to mill them down on the table saw, basically to get rid of the square edges or the round edges, square everything up, and it also makes it look cleaner while it's put together, because while I didn't need it to be looking nice like this with all plywood, I still want it to look somewhat decent. So I like that design with the plywood and making L-shaped legs, and then putting plywood inside to kind of round it off. I'm just kind of babbling now. You guys can't picture that, but you'll see it as I go. One thing I'd like to point out real quick, some people have asked, I'm not a professional at all at woodworking. I'm a hobbyist. I've done it pretty much all my life, on and off. And as I get my age, maybe this can become a bit money-making hobby for me. I do wood signs and stuff on my website. So when I do these videos, they're not meant to be a how-to video. I'm basically just showing you me doing it, and maybe you guys will get some ideas to do your own, or maybe you can point out things I'm doing wrong, or give me ideas. So I don't want you guys thinking I'm an authority and I start getting hate mail saying you did this wrong or whatever, you're blah blah. I'm not an authority at this. This is just me doing my thing, having fun, working with wood. So with that, we're going to go some time lapse. What I'm going to do first is take the 2x4s and cut them down to the lengths I need for the legs and for the frames. It's easier to pass the shorter pieces through the table saw that way. So once I get all the pieces I need to size, I'll set the table saw to do the first side and throw them all through, adjust the width again, throw them all through again, and then we'll start the assembly. My hands, I gotta do something with them. So with that, let's get busy. Okay, peeps, all the base wood is cut now. See, a nice parallel, hopefully, not perfect, but much better. Squared off 2x4s. So we got our frame, top and bottom, our legs, and the frame cross post or beams, top and bottom there. We also end up with a lot of paint steering sticks. Seriously, I'm going to cut some of those and save them for paint steering. And a lot of dust. So my next task is to break out the broom and sweep most of this up. Even got a little layer up here. I've already vacuumed up the saw, so I can place that out of the way for now. So get the saw swept up, vacuumed. Might be time. Oh, my watch is a little dirty. Might be time for a snack. And then the fun task of pocket holes again. On the legs, which are these pieces here, they're going to be fit like this. So I'm going to have to put at least 4, maybe 5 pocket holes down 4 of these beams. I'll figure out which ones fit best with which, match them up. And then we'll need pocket holes on 4 of these beams. Yeah, all 4. You know, on the sides here. Or I might be putting them in here. I'd have to see. These are going to go on the inside. So I'll be putting them on these. Pocket holes, 2 on each end of all 8 of those. So they can go in the platform, top and bottom there. So I don't know if we're going to get that today. We're going to take a snack break. It's Sunday afternoon, approaching 2 o'clock. I'm going to have to start shipping here soon. So I'm not in here all day Monday. And it's going to take me about 20 minutes to clean up this mess and, you know, sweep this all down. So if we don't get to that today, we'll have tomorrow. We have all the time in the world. So I'll see you guys in the next clip. All right, we're getting ready to do pocket holes. We have a lot of pocket holes to do. I don't know if you can see my face up here, but that's not part of the video. You don't need to see my face. These are pocket holes. If you didn't watch my other video when we put this thing together, this had a lot of pocket holes too. Really good secure fit. And what we do is we got this jig. This is the Craig A4 jig. I mentioned it again in the last video, but in case you jumped to this video before you've watched the other videos, this makes it really easy. Whoops, I just messed it up. What you do is this piece right here has 3 holes, and we're using the 2 outside holes on this one. I mean, you can use whatever you want, but you set this here, you set to the thickness of your wood. This we were using 3/4 inch. These are 1.5 inches thick, so we're going to set it up right there, 1.5 inches, and it's a lot easier to tighten down when I don't have this nifty little dust feed for the vacuum. And this makes a world of difference. Without this, you're going up and down, removing sawdust from your hole. With this, it sucks sawdust up as you drill. You can go a lot faster. Again, with the drill bit, it has a collar here. What you're going to do is you lay your drill bit in right here, and then you move the shoulder. You can see the drill bit has a little tiny drill bit inside of it, or on top of it here. You put this shoulder on the thickness of your wood. Again, 1.5 inches. Then you push the collar down tight here, and then secure it with your hex nut. And that gives you your depth of your drill bit. And you just put your piece in. Since it's a narrow piece, I just kind of center it there. Clamp it. And then you're going to drill in your 2 holes. I'm going to turn the vacuum on. Going to go to a little time lapse and get, what do we have left here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 4, 24 more pocket holes. So let's get that done. Hey guys, been doing a lot of work off camera because I've just been, I don't know, just kind of working a little bit of time and taking lots of breaks. I'm really winded lately. I think my fat gut's getting in the way. But what I've done so far on this project is I put the legs together. I glued and then pocket hold the 4 screws. So I got those 2 and those 2 there. Those 2 are standing there because I made a mistake. And I put together the top frame, and what I did is I started attaching the legs to the top frame, and that was a mistake because if I did that, I would be putting the bottom on then up here, but then there'd be no way to get the bottom shelf onto the bottom. So I took those off. I'm putting together the bottom platform now. I went out and got 2 36-inch clamps because, let's face it guys, when you have the right tools, things go a lot easier. I tried using the, where is it at? It's right there. It's a Craig right angle clamp, and this little peg goes in one of the pocket holes and then clamps the 2 pieces together. It works, but not the best for what I'm doing here. This should work great in holding the pieces together while I screw in the screws there. So I'm going to do that. Then I'm going to attach the legs to the outsides with 3 screws on each leg. Then I'm going to, I think that piece will fit, that scrap piece I have there. I just need to cut it down to size. And then it will slip in there on the bottom. Then, and only then, will I attach the top frame to the legs. And then when that's done, I can flip it over, put the wheels on, flip it back over, and attach the top. And I'm still trying to decide if I want to do a melamine white top or if I'm going to do just the plywood and match those. I'm kind of leaning towards matching those, even though the melamine might be a little bit nicer and cheaper. But it's not, I guess it's like 20 bucks cheaper. And I think, I don't know, that will be a decision down the road. If that board is large enough to fit over the top so I can trim it, I'll probably just go with that. Excuse me, my Starbucks iced tea is giving me air. So anyway, let me get back to it, and we'll come back in another clip and show you some more progress. Alright folks, that may or may not be it for tonight. It's almost 6 and I don't know, I might find something to eat and hop in the hot tub. I don't know if you can see my head, but I'm a little bit worn out. But yeah, did a little time lapse there. I got the bottom screwed in. When I flip it over to put the wheels on, I'll take a measurement where my 2x4 inner 2x4s are, and I'll probably pop in a couple more screws there. I pre-drill those holes because even with those special screws, they go in real easy and everything, but I do notice when you torque them in, they can split the wood a little bit, and I didn't want that. Got the top up here all clamped in, and I put these top clamps in so I can kind of remove these, since that's where the meat of the wood is, and go in that way with the 2, and then I'll go in an angle with the 3rd one into the corner. But yeah, it's pretty, I don't want to get on it because the clamps might be able to hold my weight, but that's pretty cool. I might be ready for the top tomorrow. I don't know, maybe I'll do some of the insides. What I'm going to do is I'm probably going to split down here and put a divider wall up here. And then this side will probably be drawers coming in from one side, but I'm thinking maybe I'll put drawers on, short drawers on both sides. I don't know, or maybe just one long drawer on the back, or on the side. Over here, I'm gonna put boards in here on each side, so that will give me like a pocket here. And I'm thinking clamps here. Not the big clamps, but maybe small clamps, the clippy clamps. Stuff I can grab real quick to put things together. And then this compartment right here, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna put my compressor once I clean it up, because it's been outside for a bit. I don't know if I'm gonna get a new one or not. I'm debating a new one, or maybe a little smaller one that can fit more here, because it'd be great if I can fit a compressor here and then maybe a small vacuum for local dust control. That way I don't have to drag a hose. You know, I can even, when I get a bigger shop vac to go underneath the miter saw here, I can probably retire the smaller one to here, and it can be used for dust collection for sanders or whatever excuse me, I have going on here. So that might be an idea. But I want the compressor in here because there's really, I don't really have plans for anything over here. So against the wall, if I put the saw in, the table saw in first, and then park this in there after it, I'll still have access to the air compressor for things here as well. And I might even put a tube system here so I can just plug it in while it's parked. Hey, kitty. I don't know if you guys can see the cat. This is Stormy, one of our two sisters we picked up. Not really a rescue, but we had a friend that had kittens, wanted to get rid of them. So we picked up two of the sisters. They don't get along right now. I don't know who's causing it. But anyway, I think that's it for now. And that might be all for this video, because we might be close to the 20-minute mark. So that's part one. And then part two, we'll be doing the compartments, putting the top on, and I'll probably hold off on the drawers just like here. I'm going to hold off on the drawers for a little while because that many slides can get expensive, and I've already spent a lot of money on wood and clamps. So, and the wheels. I got wheels enough for this bench and for my table saw bench. I got 8 wheels. So I might be able to pick up some more 2x4s. I thought I had enough 2x4s to do this and that one, but apparently I, miscalculated. I didn't calculate at all. So I might get, once I get this up in the bench, because it'll be 5 inches higher, and that's a good size, so I'm not on the floor, because getting on that floor with my belly in the way, I didn't always have this belly. I don't know what happened, but yeah, it getting up and down really wins me out. I'm on some medication that lowers my blood pressure, and it's not good. So, and I'll route the corner. I'm going to route the edges down there as well. They're a little rough from the rough cut. Rambling now, so that's it, guys. Let me come in. So, end of part one of the mobile assembly table and outfeed table, because it's going to be built the same height as a saw, so I can use it as an outfeed table. So, as always, like, comment. Are you seeing my head? Like, comment. Give me suggestions, questions, complaints. I don't care. Subscribe. Hit the little bell and you'll get notified when I come up with a new video. It could be woodworking. It could be aquaponics. It could be me driving in the morning Saturday to the swap meet. I haven't done that in a long time. eBay related, Amazon related, T-shirts, whatever. I don't like to pigeonhole my channel. I like that it's just my life, what I like to do, and just sharing my life. So I'll guys talk to you till the next video. Have a good day, have a good week, and see you later.